Good morning. Good morning, everybody here, all of our youth, and the minister who came to address us. And some of the things he said, and I just really want to go back. Let's go back and touch on some of the things he said. And he talked about, First Nation Education Act. He talked about education. And some of the things that you talked about was, we deserve much better. The same education as Canadians. And one of the things is we're distinct. We're distinct people. We're unique. We have our own individual rights. We're not like the rest of the Canadians. I'm not a Canadian. I'm an Anishinaabe. I have my own. So for this imposed First Nations Education Act, where was the proper consultation and accommodations? You got to go to each of them instead of going to one region or a couple people and saying, okay, that's not meaningful consultation. So there's that duty to consult. And you're saying, well, we need a better, find solutions, better education, and you acknowledging that. Because that First Nation-led education is failing right now. That's what you said, your words. And you think about, well, why is this happening? How come it's not working? You got to afford us the resources. What type of resources are there within our First Nation schools? Just think, it's not failing. You look at the per capita of students per First Nation on the school, on reserve, and then off reserve. You look at that huge gap. And then you look everywhere else, and if it wasn't a First Nation thing, if it was something else, people would be like, that's racist. And you know what? It is. It really is, because you look at it, and we have it's supported in the Constitution. This Education Act would repeal, I think it is Section 114 and 122 in the Indian Act. And how are you supposed to repeal these? And you have to do it with First Nations people. You want proper education, and for it to be working for First Nation students, you want the success. It has to be driven, it has to be led. So we're going to be having our own education systems. And that's how it's going to work. Our people are going to develop our own education systems. With this Education Act, we're going to be taking a step backwards. Saying, here, this is what's best for you. And that's the same type of concept. I know you said, you were hurt when you said it's like residential schools. I know, I heard you say that. But that's saying here's this imposed legislation. We're giving this to you. You have to go with it. Let us do it. Let us ultimately do it. We'll have our own act, our own laws, and we'll give it to you, and you have to follow it. So it should not be, I heard you say, it should not be administered by anyone else but ourselves. And you acknowledge the Nipmuc education system. I think it was like 87.7, 88% success rate. And that shows it's driven by our own people, our own Education Act. And when these come to you, there should be support, within your ministry. You say you support this, and this is what you do. And you want to see the success of our people. You want to see us grow. And we don't want to be held back anymore, because so many times we have our own things, our laws that we want to implement and develop, and we're always caught in the crossroads, and we want to say, okay, we're in the implementation stage. We're to support. All we need is the support, the ongoing funding. We have that. We will have the success rates. That 88% will be all over Canada. It has to lie in our hands. So if you want to start moving in a good way, supporting the way forward, support our own system, our own education system, because this First Nations Education Act, it's a step backwards, and if you want to move forward, you got to listen to us, because we know what's best for us, and for the ministry and the federal government, for them to say, we know what's best for you, that's not the case, because ultimately only we as our own people can develop our own laws, can develop our own systems that know what's best for our people. So I just want to make sure everybody here knows that we know what's best for our people. I just want to make that known. So thank you.
Hi, I just have a question and a little comment. On January 17th of this year, about a month before you became the Minister of Aboriginal Affairs, during an I Don't Know More rally in Listigouche, Quebec, my Chief Dean de Care of Listigouche, asked you, how do you think your people are affected by you supporting Harper's Bill C-45 passing, and you replied, "It doesn't matter and I don't care." So tell me, how does the future of my people only concern you now? It shouldn't come with a title. I mean, it should be in your heart. And I don't feel that from you. I'm sorry.
Nanashkumau, Kise Mantuno, Mina Kino Object, Ukise Goak. Mina Kigawi Noaski, Hega, Nanashkuman, Ed Baktinia Kipapik Squanuta, Nia, Abimeha Maski Misatim, Nisigason. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the Creator, the spirits of the four directions, and Mother Earth. And I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to speak here. My Indian name is Flying Medicine Horse. But the name I'm registered under in the government is Clayton Tootoosis. And what I have to say to the minister here, when white hands shook brown hands, when our ancestors made that sacred promise upon that pipe, upon that Bible, we promised to live together in that spirit of brotherhood, that spirit of love and kindness. Canada inherited the responsibilities from the British Crown because we know we are still tied there. There's still that connection that exists. You have a responsibility. And yet what the federal government is trying to do is trying to create these laws to replace our own. Trying to make these laws about education, telling us what we can and cannot do. I was put on this earth by the Creator. These gifts were given to me. These rights I have to clean air, to clean water, to live off this land in that good, loving way. And yet the government, they come and tell us, you can do this, you can do that. Well, we've had education systems long before they came. That's what they're trying to do. Yes, I've been watching what this minister has been saying. These legal terms and how he's making sure that he doesn't say, yes, the federal government's not trying to take control, but they're trying to give the control to the provincial government. So many of our communities are struggling. They don't have the money to fund these kind of their own education. So they're going to have to turn to the provincial government. They're going to have to fall under the jurisdiction of the Canadian government. We're set up to fail. And he comes here and he talks about the Education Act and how good it is, how helpful it is. Well, why don't we enact our own traditional governments? Let us listen to the elders, because these are the knowledge keepers. These are the ones who are And the question I have for the minister, why don't you honor treaty and that nation-to-nation relationship in that good, kind, loving way? To you, I don't see you as different. I see you as my brother. I say these words out of love and kindness from my soul, from the very depths of it. In respect to the ancestors and this medicine I hold in my hand. Why don't you honor it? Because you're trying to rule over us like a parent, when in fact we are brothers. Why?
Okay. Well, there were a few questions in there, but there were a lot of statements. You know, what I've been trying to do here this morning, I've been trying to do within the spirit of those 7 natural laws that First Nation people from coast to coast to coast believe in and adhere to. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the truth. I'm talking about the 7 teachings. Truth, honesty, humility, respect, courage, love, and wisdom. Now, I will not take issue with all of the statements that have been made.
Why?
But I will ask rather that
Answer
instead...
our question. Answer our question. Have respect. Have respect. Answer our question.
That's respect.
That's right. Have respect. Answer our
Okay,
question.
now listen, I mean, what I am being asked is why, you know, we are answering the call of First Nations for an education system that bring about results. This is not something that we have dreamt up. The work has been taking place for years and years. Calls have been made by national chief, one after the other, for exactly this kind of legislative framework to ensure education. Talk to Phil Fontaine, the former national chief.
No,
but
you were the one that
no,
said, you were the one that
listen,
said that
I
you
mean,
don't care about our rights. So just answer Kilia's question.
I've
Have
never
respect.
said, you know,
Have respect.
again, you know, do you believe that, you know, if I am quoted as saying, you know, I don't mind and I don't care, I want to see it. Show me that. I would never.
I'll show you right here.
I would never have made such a statement about this. Okay?
This is not conversation. Right there. That's you. I don't care. And you have a
No,
smile on your face.
let me hear that. I said that?
Yeah, you did.
When?
January. That's what Kilia
No,
said.
no.
You not listen to us?
No,
You not
listen.
listen?
Anyway, listen, you know, I may be indicted for things I haven't said, or, you know, I may be characterized as some people wish. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, we are trying here to work together with First Nations in order to bring about results that will be helpful to your communities, to First Nations. And as I have said, you know, no decisions has been made on whether or not to present a bill in the House. So the consultation process is continuing to take place. And listen, if the view is across the country that First Nations would rather stick to what they have right now, I mean, you know, and be the authors of their own development of their own laws, we will consider that. But, you know, we believe that it is only by having a dialogue that is respectful that we can hopefully achieve positive results for everyone. So, I still, in the spirit of reconciliation, ask that you consider at least reacting to the proposal and explain why or why not you are opposed to what is being proposed, and please offer alternative, because at the end of the day, I believe, you know, the young man may not be a Canadian, but, you know, I think we are all Canadians, and our challenge in this country is to make it successful for all of its inhabitants. And, you know, we have, of course, a tough job in reconciling the interests of Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal, but as your elders will tell you, it's only through respectful dialogue that we will achieve it. So I thank you all again, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.